That's right, and if today is your birthday on February 8th, happy birthday to you, and happy birthday to these 5 celebrities who are celebrating a birthday today. Klay Thompson from the NBA, Golden State Warriors, is 34. WWE and AEW star The Big Show is 52. Singer Vince Neil is 63. Actor Seth Green turns 50. And former SNL leading lady Cicely Strong turns 40 today. Also a happy heavenly birthday shout out to Arnold, Gary Coleman, and James Dean, who would have had birthdays today. So if today is your birthday, happy birthday, and happy birthday to all those celebrities too. We're going to have a great show for you today. We got a lot to talk about. WWE WrestleMania press conference is tonight. Super Bowl is this weekend. I've got my top 10 country men, favorite singers of all time. And we got Grammy winners. We talk a little Taylor Swift. And we also talk a little bit about the Bears off season. Not too much yet. I'm going to go more into that next week after the season is over. But let's see what I did. I didn't talk about it last week because of the fact that it was pretty much nothing to talk about with the Pro Bowl week last week. But in the NFC AFC championship games, I went 0-2. I guessed them both wrong. It is the Chiefs and 49ers in the Super Bowl, and I was going Lions and Ravens in that one. So yeah, I went 0-2, but I went 8-4 so far in the playoffs with one game left. So for the playoffs, I will have an above 500 record, which is pretty crazy. So, yeah, so here's my Super Bowl pick. I didn't do it last week, obviously, because it wasn't Super Bowl week, but now we're here. That's it. The last week of the NFL season is this weekend, and we've got the Chiefs and the 49ers. I am calling the 49ers to win that one. You know, Mahomes has won, 2 rings already, and to me, that's enough. Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't be happy for him and for Kelsey. I'm a huge Jason and Travis Kelsey fan. So if either one of them wins a ring, I'm happy. But I'll tell you a big reason why I don't want Patrick Mahomes to win a ring right now. He's already won 2. And being a Chicago Bears fan, all we always hear is, oh man, the Bears didn't take Mahomes, they took Trubisky instead, and this and that. And every time he wins a ring, they do that. So every time he wins a ring, oh, that could have been the Bears. They could have had 2 rings. They could have had 3 rings now if they win it this weekend in Vegas. And you know what? No. I'll tell you now, if Nagy was the coach of Mahomes for the Bears, Mahomes would have been Trubisky. He would have been. He would have been another quarterback that can run, that would be forced in the pocket of a really bad offensive line. And this has been the issue that the Bears have had for decades. They've always had a problem with their offensive line. This is nothing new. So when people are like, oh, Justin Fields sucks, if you had that offensive line, you would suck too. Let's just put it that way. And I'm sorry to say it, but Bajan came in and won 2 out of 4 games. That's a below 500 record for his first 4 games in the league. That's a pathetic stat. But yeah, people want to praise Bajan. He had 162 yards against the Vegas Raiders and 1 touchdown. That's not superstar stats either. And that shows a bad offensive line. Because even though he only got sacked 1 time, it's not just the sacks. It's the hurried up throws. That's what it is. It's throwing the ball out of bounds. The one thing that Justin Fields needs to work on is holding the ball too long. You know what? We need, and I'm going to throw this out for the offensive coordinator of the Bears for this year. Please do one thing for the Bears fans. 2 things. Less screen passes and more quick throws. RPOs. You're either going to hand it off for the run, or you're going to take off running, or you're going to throw a quick pass. A quick slant route to DJ Moore, possibly to Marvin Harrison Jr. or to Odunze, depending on who they get, whether it's Caleb Williams, whether it's Drake May, or Justin Fields. Those are the only 3 quarterbacks I could see in Chicago for 2024. Would either be Justin Fields staying, Caleb Williams coming here, or Drake May. Those are the only three. Other than that, those are the only ones we're going to have behind center. We're going to have to build a better line around them and get them another receiver. You could trade Justin Fields, but if you're not going to get a better offensive line and another receiver to go with DJ Moore, you're not going to win. It doesn't matter who you put back there. You put Tom Brady back there. You put Aaron Rodgers back there. John Elway, Dan Marino. You could put Peyton or Eli Manning back there. You could put Mahomes back there. And they're going to get crushed every single time. And I'll tell you now, pocket passers, that's even worse for them. Because if they can't take off and run, they're in trouble. You're going to get swallowed up by that offensive line. So, no. That's all I want to really talk about with the Bears offseason right now. This week, I'm going to go into more free agent stuff next week. Free agency starts in the beginning of March, and then April is the NFL draft. We're going to have a lot to talk about this offseason. We're going to have a lot to talk about. Who's going to be the quarterback for the Bears next year? Will Jalen Johnson re-sign with the Bears? Are the Bears going to pick up another receiver in the draft, or are we going to be stuck with just DJ Moore and a bunch of little, not good receivers that can catch? What are we going to end up with? Will our offensive line improve? Will our offensive coordinator improve now that we got rid of Getsy and got a new one? We'll see. These are all questions we're going to answer throughout the offseason and next season. My prediction, like I said, for the Super Bowl, I'm going with San Francisco. I think that Brock Purdy's going to win his first one, and I hope he does. I hope he wins it. I would love to see that. It's going to be crazy. Vegas is crazy right now. Not only is the NFL there, but WWE is there tonight too. And you can catch us on Peacock or streaming on WWE's YouTube channel. It's the WrestleMania 40 press conference at the T-Mobile Arena. If you are in Vegas today, you can go. I'm actually going to release this at 5 o'clock my time so that people in Vegas can hear it at their time, because that would be 3 o'clock their time. The doors open at 2:30. 2:30. The doors open. In fact, I may even release this earlier so that this reaches people in Vegas so they know. 2:30 in the afternoon, you could go to the T-Mobile Arena and you could go and watch the press conference for free. The Rock is going to be there. Cody Rhodes is going to be there. Roman Reigns is going to be there. I believe Bianca Belair and Bayley. There's like a bunch of them that are going to be there for the press conference with Triple H. And we're going to find out what's the main event. Is it The Rock and Roman? Is it going to be The Rock, Roman, and Cody in a triple threat match? Is it going to be Cody on night one or The Rock on night one against Roman, and then night two the other one takes on him for whatever's left? I want to see Cody and Roman in night one. I want to see Cody and Roman, and I want to see Cody take the title from him night one, and then night two face off against The Rock for the head of the table. That's what it should be. The Rock does not need another championship, and The Rock knows that. He doesn't need the title of WWE or Universal Champion. He needs the title of the head of the table. Can you imagine everything getting taken from Roman in one weekend? Or, better yet, can you see the Roman Reigns beat Cody and The Rock both in the same weekend? He would be Jericho standard. When Jericho beat Stone Cold and The Rock in one night to win the championship, he'd do it in 2 nights, obviously, because it's a 2-night WrestleMania. But, yeah, can you imagine that? Now, if Cody does not challenge for Seth Rollins' title and does go after Roman, where does that leave Seth Rollins? That leaves him with either Drew McIntyre or Gunther. And what's going to happen there for WrestleMania is the Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia on February 24th will have a men's chamber match. For the winner of that will face Seth Rollins. Now, could CM Punk come back in record time to get in that match? Maybe. That's a couple weeks. And I believe he just had surgery, so I doubt it. Unless that surgery was made up by WWE. We don't know. We honestly don't know. The vignettes that they showed of CM Punk on Monday Night Raw could have been made up. Bailey taking on Io Sky was the best way you could go, honestly. And now with the news of Sasha Banks possibly going to AEW, I thought she was going to be Bailey's savior. But nobody knows for sure. The big announcement, if you watched AEW Dynamite yesterday, Tony Khan had a big announcement that in 5 weeks in Boston, they were going to have a big event, which is Dynamite, and they just call it something every week. But yeah, they're going to have a big one, and it has to do with boss ton, like boss, like Sasha Banks is the boss. Yeah, something like that. So we'll see if she shows up there. That is her hometown. That is her home city. That's where she's from. So there could be boss time in AEW. We'll see. Mercedes Moné. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think that Bailey and Io Sky is the way to go. I think Bailey's going to win the title from her and have a run as a solo. And then, obviously Damage Control will still be around with Io Sky, the Kabuki Warriors, and we don't know who's Dakota Kai going to go with. She wasn't there when all this happened on Friday Night SmackDown last week. We don't know where her alliance is going to be. Maybe they just stick with the 3 Japanese women together, and Dakota Kai goes over with Bailey, and they become a team. Or maybe Dakota Kai stays with Damage Control. We'll see. I would love to see either Gunther or Drew McIntyre if it's not Cody Rhodes against Seth Rollins. I think that'll be a great match too. Any of those would be good. And then Nia Jax is facing Rhea Ripley at Elimination Chamber. I thought that was going to be at WrestleMania. I thought she would win the chamber match and challenge her at WrestleMania. I'm kind of glad it's not. I don't think Nia Jax is going to be that great for the event for WrestleMania for that one. So I'd rather see it be somebody else. It's probably going to be Becky Lynch. As of right now, she is the fan favorite, I think, to win it. And have Becky versus Rhea. And I think that would be an awesome match. And they should make it happen. Make it happen, Triple H. We want to see it. So that's what's going on in the world of wrestling and football. Next week there's going to be a lot to talk about with free agency coming up. So we're going to have some fun with that. Pro Bowl was fun. I had a good time watching it. The NFC won. Montez Sweat had a good showing for the Chicago Bears. So yeah, that was great. I loved it. And I think the Pro Bowl was fun. And, I thought it's different than it was when I was a kid when it was just a football game. But a lot of the time, a football game like that is kind of boring. And to me, I think it was more fun with the skills competitions. The flag football is fun too. There's no reason for these guys to go out in pads and helmets and get hurt out there. It's stupid. Let them go out, have a nice little fun game together, and stuff like that. Let them have a good time. It's the end of the year. I still wish that they would move the Super Bowl a week in and then have the Pro Bowl after, just like they used to, so that guys like Mahomes and Purdy and all them and Kelsey, both Kelseys could have been there. It is Jason Kelsey's most likely his last Pro Bowl since he's retiring, so it'd be cool to see the brothers there together. I think the Pro Bowl should be moved after the season, but that's just my take on it. I don't know. What does everybody think? Let me know. Email me. The email address is down below, or come at me on all my socials, TikTok, Facebook, all that, and let me know there what you think. Should the Pro Bowl be after the Super Bowl, like it used to be? It used to go Super Bowl, then Pro Bowl. I don't feel like you need 2 weeks between the NFC AFC Championship and the Super Bowl. I think a lot of these players would rather just go right to the Super Bowl and play that game and get it over with, instead of having 2 weeks to sit there and worry and think about it. That, to me, I wouldn't want to do that. So yeah, Pro Bowl was fun. I had a good time. More exciting news, if you are a Chicago Bears fan, is that 3 greats are now going to be in the Hall of Fame, and it'll be announced Friday when they announce the Hall of Famers. This is confirmed, but like I said, it hasn't been announced yet, but it's confirmed that Steve Mongo McMichael, thank you Jesus, got into the Hall of Fame, and he's still around right now. Hopefully he's around during that, but he is going to be in the NFL Hall of Fame. Many congrats to Mongo. I grew up watching him, 85 Bears. He is an amazing player. I love Mongo, and I'm glad that he got in before he passed away. He knows he's going to make it into the Hall of Fame. Hopefully he can hang on until after the Hall of Fame so that he can be inducted. Great day for a Chicago Bear. Devin Hester, my favorite returner of all time. He's getting in, and so is Julius Peppers. 3 well-deserved men that are going to make it that were part of the Bears' history. Amazing, amazing. I'm so happy. I think that everybody is. If you're a Bears fan or even grew up watching football, you know Mongo deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and he made it. So, yeah. Some big news out of baseball. This is going to be voted on, but it says MLB players could play in 2028 Olympics. It says the proposed idea, 6 or 8 nations will play baseball, 5 or 6 day tournament in mid-July. MLB All-Star Game could be held or canceled for that year, and the reduced regular season to roughly 158 games so that they can do this tournament for the Olympics. The process, Players Associations open to hearing any formal proposals. Olympic committees could assist with player insurance, and any plan requires approval of the players' union. I think all the players would do it. I mean, who doesn't want to win a gold medal? I mean, honestly, who did not grow up watching the Olympics in their life, wishing or hoping when they were kids or now as adults, wishing they would have had a gold medal in their life? You know, I mean, people get excited when they win a gold medal in anything that they do in the world. I mean, my daughter last year did a band competition and she won a gold medal and she was excited and she still has that gold medal. It's cool to have a gold medal when you do something good. And I think these players would love that. And I love it too. I love that professional sports is getting into the Olympics. Basketball did it. Hockey does it. Why not baseball? Why not football? Why not a flag football game? They're not going to get hurt if they're playing flag football out there. Let them play and let them win a gold medal. Let them represent their country and do it for their country. Everybody's so patriotic, then yes, let's do it for the country. And let's have fun. I would watch it hands down. I would watch the NFL players or the Major League Baseball players in the Olympics. What a great honor that would be for them to represent their teams and their country in wherever the Olympics is. I think 2028, I think it's going to be here in the United States somewhere. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I am excited, I think, and I think everybody else is, for the announcement that the Hall of Fame and stuff are going to do that. So I'm excited. I hope baseball goes to the Olympics. And again, congratulations to Steve Mondo McMichael, Devin Hester, and Julius Peppers, who will go in as a Carolina Panther because he did spend more time with the Panthers than he did with the Bears. So he's going to go in as a Panther, but he's always going to be a Bear in my heart. I had a Julius Peppers jersey. I love Julius Peppers, and I'm glad he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Whether he's with the Carolina Panthers or the Chicago Bears, it doesn't matter. He was still great here in Chicago. So we're going to go into our entertainment section now. More big news for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Disney announces that Moana 2 is coming to theaters this November. There's actually already a first look at the sequel that you can see on YouTube if you search it. But yeah, Moana 2 is set to hit theaters. Now, this is weird. It says Monday, November 27th. I've never heard of a movie coming out on a Monday. That's a very weird day. That's crazy. The Disney CEO Bob Iger revealed that the sequel script was actually originally intended for TV, but that all changed after everyone saw it. We were impressed by what we saw and knew it deserved a theatrical release. Moana remains an incredibly popular franchise, and we can't wait to give you more Moana and Maui when Moana 2 comes to theaters this November. It says this time around, Moana will head out on an epic voyage to the far seas of Oceania with her friends after she receives an unexpected call from her wayfinding ancestors. Along the way, they'll find themselves in dangerous, long-lost waters like they've never experienced before. Then it says, alongside the synopsis of the film, Disney released another surprise, a first-look teaser trailer. In it, viewers get a glimpse of an island where Moana is standing on a beautiful tropical beach. Just as the sun is setting, she blows on a conch shell as the camera quickly pans out, showing her beloved boat. Afterward, Maui, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's voice can be heard in the background as he lets out his signature call, "Cheer Ho." The sequel will be directed by Dave Derrick Jr. and includes some of the same songwriters from the 2016 film. So yeah, Moana will be coming out in November 27th. That's a weird date because that's a Monday. It says it's a Monday. I didn't look and see if it is, but if it is, that's very strange. I have never had a movie release out on a Monday before. I've seen Wednesdays, Thursdays, but I've never seen a Monday. Maybe they're just trying to be different, and that's pretty cool. Also, besides getting another animated film, they can also expect that the live-action Moana, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, will come out in 2025. So, yeah, there's going to be another, that's pretty exciting, a live-action Moana with The Rock. That's pretty cool. But the only thing is, he's kind of big in the movie, isn't he? Like, I've seen it, but it was a long time ago. But wasn't The Rock's character, Maui, wasn't he big? I mean, how are they going to pull that off? He's like a big Samoan guy. I mean, The Rock is big, but he's muscular. He's not, like, fat. So I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know if they're going to... Obviously, he's not going to lose his muscles to do a movie. They may have to CGI some stuff with that, because if everybody knows The Rock, he's very health conscious, and he works out 6 days a week. This dude is not going to get fat for a movie. He does not care about the paycheck. Okay? He's got a fat paycheck coming from WWE for WrestleMania. He has a fat paycheck from Moana coming out. I don't think the dude needs the money. He's pretty good off. But yeah, so Moana, that's exciting. I can't wait. I've seen the first one, so I'm excited about a second one coming out. I think everybody else will be too. It's The Rock. It's a good movie. So yeah, make sure you check that out. Here's a list of concerts coming to Wrigley Field in 2024. So if you live in the Chicago area and you're a Cub fan, you could go to Wrigley for more than just a Cubs game. And if you're a Sox fan, you could actually go to Wrigley and not have to watch the crappy Cubs play. So that's even better. You can go there and see some real talent, singers. So let's see on this list. The first show on the concert docket will arrive July 15th with Def Leppard and Journey co-headlining a show at the Friendly Confines. I love Journey, one of my favorite bands of all time. And I'll never forget back when I used to DJ weddings. And I've told this to everybody, and people love it. This story is great. I was DJing a wedding, and a drunk guy comes walking up to the DJ booth, which, if you've ever DJed an event, you know this happens at every wedding, every club, every bar. There's always that dude, that white guy that comes up drunk and is almost falling over. And he comes up to me and he's like, dude, he's like, can you play Journey? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what song? He's like, I want you to play Journey by effing Journey. And this dude was like so sloshed that I played Don't Stop Believin', because I know that's like the white boy anthem, especially when people are drunk. So yeah, that's my fun story when I DJ'd. I have plenty of other ones. But yeah, so Def Leppard and Journey are going to be there July 15th. Let's see. Steve Miller Band will also join the groups for the show, so make sure you check that out. The Joker, he's going to be there. Later in the summer, Green Day will bring the Saviors Tour to Wrigley Field on Tuesday, August 13th. The band will be celebrating the release of their new album, Saviors, but will also mark the 30th anniversary of their smash hit, Dookie, and the 20th anniversary of American Idiot by playing both albums in their entirety each night. That is crazy. I love that. In addition, the band will be joined by the Smashing Pumpkins, Rancid, and the Linda Lindas. That is a great... I will go see that. Green Day with Smashing Pumpkins, Rancid, and the Linda Lindas. You can't beat that. Country superstar Luke Bryan has also announced the Wrigley Field show this summer, as his Mind of the Country Boy tour will take place on stage Sunday, August 25th. Bailey Zimmerman, Tracy Lawrence, and Chance Beckham will also join Bryant, who is rumored to be working on releasing a new album prior to the start of that tour. He also serves as a judge, everybody knows, on ABC's American Idol, and has won a slew of awards, including Entertainer of the Year at the 2021 Academy of Country Music Awards. Tickets will go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Let me see when this story was. It was published February 4th. Yeah, so tickets go on sale this this Friday, tomorrow. So make sure you get the tickets if you want to go see Luke Bryan at Wrigley Field. But yeah, so that's a list of concerts coming to Wrigley Field this summer. Final two things I want to talk about. Let's go into the Grammy Awards. They were Sunday night. I actually stayed home from my day job and watched this because, well, it's not a day job, it's a night job, so I had to stay home to watch it. But yeah, I stayed home to watch it. It was the 66th annual Grammy Awards. Great night, great performances. A performance of the night, two of them are tied. Luke Combs with Tracy Chapman, amazing. Did Fast Cars, awesome song, awesome meaning behind it. Don't believe these idiots saying that it's woke, because if I hear somebody say it's woke, I'm going to punch them in their mouth. It's ridiculous. It's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. That song was out already in like the 90s? The 80s or 90s? Come on. That was an amazing song. I'm sick of people with this woke crap. It's so stupid. And I'm tired of hearing it. But most of people don't even know what the word woke means. Okay? They use it in the completely wrong context. Just like the people who call people fascists and they call people commies. You guys don't even know what those words actually mean. And if you think you do and you want to jar back at me, add me to Facebook, TikTok. It's all down below in the comment section. Go check it out and then add me and then email me or whatever. But most of you guys don't even know what it is. But that was great. Tracy Chapman and Luke Combs. And then the other performance of the night, Billy Joel, who performed his first new song in 30 years. Amazing. That was great. I loved it. Billy Joel is amazing. And then he ended the show and he did another song at the end. Great time. It was great. Joni Mitchell played on the Grammy stage for the first time in her ever career at almost, what was she, like 80 now, or like in her late 70s, and she performed for the first time. That's amazing. Taylor Swift, who won an award, obviously won a few awards, announced a new album coming out in April 19th. Go check that out. Go watch on YouTube. You can find it, the announcement of it from the awards. It was great. I don't know what her new album's called. I don't have it up on here. So, but yeah, if you're a Taylor fan, you know. Here's the winners of the awards for that night. Record of the Year went to Miley Cyrus for Flowers. Album of the Year went to Taylor Swift for Midnights. Song of the Year was What I Was Made For from Barbie by Billie Eilish and Phineas O'Connell. They were the songwriters on it. Best New Artist, Victoria Monet won that one. Producer of the Year, non-classical, went to Jack Anatoff. Songwriter of the Year, non-classical, went to Theron Thomas. Best Pop Solo Performance went to Miley Cyrus for Flowers. Let's see. Best Pop Duo Group Performance went to SZA featuring Phoebe Bridgers with Ghost in the Machine. Taylor Swift won for Best Pop Vocal Album for Midnights. Best Dance Electronic Recording was Rumble by Skrillex, Fred Again, and Flodan. Best Pop Dance Recording went to Kylie Minogue for Panem Panem. Let's see. Best Dance Electronic Music Album was Actual Life 3 by Fred Again. Best Rock Performance was Boy Genius with Not Strong Enough. Best Metal Performance, hell yeah, Metallica with 72 Seasons. That's awesome. Best Rock Song was Not Strong Enough by Julian Baker, Phoebe Bridgers, and Lucy Dacus for Boy Genius. Best Rock Album was Paramore with This Is Why. Best Alternative Music Performance was Paramore with This Is Why. Best Alternative Music Album went to the Boy Genius, which is actually 3 girls. It's a funny thing. It's a girl group called Boy Genius. And that was for The Record. Best R&B performance, Coco Jones for ICU. Best traditional R&B performance was PJ Morton featuring Susan Carroll with Good Morning. Best R&B song was Snooze by Kenny B. Edmonds, Blair Ferguson, Chris Roddick-Tynes, Solana Rowe, and Leon Thomas. That was for SZA. Best progressive R&B album went to SZA for SOS. SZA is really good. She did a performance and she was actually pretty decent. I liked her. Victoria Monet won for best R&B album with Jaguar 2. Best rap performance went to Killer Mike featuring Andre 3000, Future, and Aaron Allen Kane for Scientists and Engineers. Funny thing is that Killer Mike, he got his Grammys earlier in the day and then got arrested. Yeah, pretty crazy. Best medallic rap performance was Lil Durk featuring J. Cole, All My Life. Funny story about Lil Durk is he actually went, his kids went to my grandson's old school that he used to go to in Joliet, Illinois. Yeah, Lil Durk. That's pretty cool. I actually got to see him there. Oh, actually, no. He wasn't there that day. But I met the kids and stuff. It was pretty cool. Best rap song went to Scientists and Engineers. That's another song by Killer Mike. He won for that one. Let's see. Killer Mike also won for best rap album. The dude won 3 Grammys and then went to jail. That's crazy. Best spoken word poetry album, The Light Inside by Jay Ivy. Best jazz performance, Samara Joy with Tight. Best jazz vocal album, How Love Begins by Nicole Zaratis. Best Jazz Instrumental Album, The Winds of Change, Billy Childs. Best Large Jazz Ensemble Album was Basie Swings the Blues, the Count Basie Orchestra, directed by Scotty Barnhart. Best Latin Jazz Album, El Arte del Bolero, Volume 2 by Miguel Zenin and Luis Perdomo. Best Alternative Jazz Album was by Michelle, The Orchidin Real Book. Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album was Laffy by Bewitched, or Bewitched by Laffy. Best Contemporary Instrumental Album is As We Speak by Bella Fleck. Best Musical Theater Album was Some Like It Hot. Best Country Solo Performance was Chris Stapleton, White Horse. Best Country Duo Group Performance, I Remember Everything, Zach Bryan featuring Casey Musgraves. Best Country Song, White Horse, Chris Stapleton and Dan Wilson are songwriters. Best Country Album, Bell Bottom Country by Lainey Wilson. Best American Roots Performance, Eve Was Black, Allison Russell. Best Americana Performance, Dear Insecurity, Brandy Clark featuring Brandy Carlisle. Best American Roots Song, Cast Iron Skillet by Jason Isbell. Best Americana Album, Weather Vanes by Jason Isbell. I promise this is coming to an end. Well, maybe not. You know what? There's a lot. There's a lot. But I want to be fair to everybody that won Grammys. And people who love the show are going to listen because they want to hear who won the awards. Because they didn't get to see it. I'm their reasoning for that. But I'm going to skip through a couple of these. Best Gospel Performance or Song, Kirk Franklin. My boy. I love Kirk Franklin, even back in the day. Won for All Things. Best Contemporary Christian Music, Your Power. By Tasha Cobbs Leonard and Lecrae. Best Gospel Album was Tay Tribbett with All Things New, live in Orlando. Best Contemporary Christian Music Album, Church Clothes 4 by Lecrae. Best Roots Gospel Album, Echoes of the South, The Blind Boys of Alabama. Best Latin Pop Album was Z Me by Gabby Morano. Best Musicana Urbana Album, Mañana Será Bonito by Carol G. And she deserved it. She's great. I love Carol G. Best Latin Rock or Alternative Album was Wands with Vito Canti. I don't even know. I'm not even going to just look it up if you want to see who won that one. Genesis by Peso Pluma was won for Best Musicana Mexicana Album, including Tiano. And let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's all. I mean, there's other ones. Best comedy album went to Dave Chappelle, What's in a Name, and best children's music album, We Grow Together, Preschool Songs by 123 Andreas. Best compilation soundtrack for visual media went to Barbie the album, and the best score soundtrack went to Ludwig Göransson for Oppenheimer. So that's it. Oh wait, hold on, one more. Best score soundtrack for video games was Star Wars Jedi Survivor by Steve Barton and Gordy Habb. So yeah. Oh, and what was I made for? One for best song written for visual media from Barbie, the album, which was went to Billie Eilish and Phineas since they wrote the song. So that's it. There's some more, but obviously you can look up the list of Grammy Award winners anywhere if you want to see something that I didn't name. I named all the big ones, so pretty much that's it. All right, and finally, let's go over my top 10. This is in memory of Toby Keith. Everybody knows Toby Keith passed away 2 days ago. Today's Thursday. He passed away Tuesday. Monday night, I believe, actually, it was that he passed away. Or maybe it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday night. Passed away at 62 from stomach cancer. And so, in honor of him, I'm doing my top 10 favorite country singer for men. And next week I'll do for women. But yeah, this week I did for the men. Number 10 on my list is Billy Ray Cyrus. Number 9, Alan Jackson. Number 8 for me is Luke Combs. Luke Combs solidified that with that Fast Cars performance with Tracy Chapman. I always liked Luke Combs. He was good. But yeah, I mean, that really solidified him in my book. Number 7, Blake Shelton. My number 6 is Johnny Cash. Number 5 is Keith Urban. Number 4, Tim McGraw. Number 3 is George Strait. Number 2 is Toby Keith. Now, I didn't want to put Toby Keith purposely at number 1 because that would look fake. To me, he's always been number 2. Okay, I love Toby Keith's music, and that's good to be number 2. That's a silver medal. But number 1 in my book has always been Brad Paisley. Brad Paisley, I've loved listening to his music since the day he came out. I've celebrated that man's entire library of music from start to finish. So, yeah, Brad Paisley's number 1 for me. Honorable mentions would be Garth Brooks at number 11. If I had to have a number 11 on there, it would be Garth Brooks. And number 12 would be Jelly Roll. He's moving up on that country list for me. His songs are really good. He may move into the top 10. He could bump out Billy Ray or somebody in that list easily because he is doing good. But yeah, that's my top 10 list. Let me know who your top 10 favorite country music stars are. I'm going to be posting this on my TikTok also, so make sure you check that out. I'm going to do that later today. The show's releasing early today. I was going to release it tomorrow with an injury report for the NFL. But honestly, the big injury report's going to come out probably Saturday. These guys don't practice hardcore during the week anyway, so most likely on Super Bowl week, yeah, they're not going to do much. So we'll see. But yeah, so I'm going to take off. Rest in peace, Toby Keith. We lost a country legend. Very, very sad. And I thought of this last night. Toby Keith passed away at 62. Garth Brooks, yesterday, hit 62. That is crazy. Same age of guys. One guy is no longer with us, a country legend. Another country legend is still here. So, hopefully Garth Brooks stays safe and everybody else that's out there. Dolly Parton especially. Let's keep her in a bubble. I would love for her to hit 100. If that's a possibility. We almost had Betty White hit 100. Let's let Dolly do it. What would Dolly do? We love Dolly, especially in this house. So, yeah. Hopefully we can keep her alive till she hits 100. But, yeah, so I'll take off for now. I'll see everybody next week. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl reactions. We're going to talk about NFL free agency coming up in a few weeks after that. So we got a lot to talk about next week. A lot of entertainment news I'm sure will come up in the next week, hopefully. We'll talk about all that. I'll see everybody next week. Enjoy the weather the next 2 days in the Chicagoland area and Midwest. It's going to be in the 50s. That's amazing. So enjoy that while we have it because we will most likely get one more brush of winter before we hit spring in a couple of months. So make sure everybody stays safe out there. Don't drink and drive this weekend. If you're going to a party, bring some good snacks with you, but don't drink and drive. Make sure that if you drink too much, you take an Uber home from your friend's house or crash at their house for the night. Until then, I'll see everybody next week. Stay safe, stay healthy. I love you all, and don't die. I'll see everybody next week. Peace.